Might have to sit down on this one. All right, so good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mo, and I'll be doing my speech 3.2 in the dynamic leadership track. And the name of my speech is A Saturday Morning in January. On this particular morning, wasn't a typical Saturday morning, for me at least. I wake up, get ready, hop on a car ride. A couple of people pick me up, 3 to 4 people in the van. It's like a 30 to 40 minute ride. We go 2 counties up. It's a nice windy road. There's like snow on both sides. I'm a little bit nervous, trying to play it cool. Everybody in the van is trying to cheer me up, trying to crack a couple of jokes, trying to get me ready for what's to come in the next couple of hours or so. During that time, I'm kind of just thinking about how I'm going to go about things. How am I going to be successful? I try to kill all the self-doubt out of the way as all the people around me try to be as supportive as possible. That particular Saturday morning could have gone either one of 2 days. It would have either been great or it would have been a disaster. We finally show up, relatively quiet, and I show up to what's called the St. Lawrence Recreation Center in upstate New York. Not too big of a place, but quite frankly, it may as well have been Madison Square Garden for me. I show up, meet the people hosting the event. The people that were in me in the van go in, go to their respective places, and I weigh in. I came in right on weight. I was happy. First check mark off the box. Now I'm in a waiting area, which is probably like twice as big as Metropolis in the first floor at MLK. And it's actually a huge glass window. So I already have all my gear on me. Then my trainer comes up to me, who some of y'all have heard of before. I've mentioned him in a speech. His name is Lupin. He tells me, hey, you're going to be bout number 5. I'm like, okay, it's about to go down. The doubts start to kick in. Once again, I try to play it cool. I made the weight. Now I'm consuming food, trying to listen to music, doing everything I can to calm the nerves, trying to have side conversations with the guy next to me, trying to just talk to my trainer. And I'm also intently looking at what's going on in the matches before me. I see people come back. I see some people look very dejected. I see some people elated. And I'm also at the same time, I'm observing people within the waiting area that we're in. It's a little bit different in terms of amateur boxing, where you would have in that you have quite a few people in the same room and nobody really knows who they're going to be matched up against. So I'm trying to kind of get a sense from people in the room, like, okay, that guy kind of looks about my size and about my weight class. Maybe I'm getting matched up against him. Then I'm looking over there and I'm like, oh, I really hope I don't get matched up against that guy, because it's probably not going to be a good outcome for myself. And I'm trying to make it home. Finally, maybe about 20 to 30 minutes before it's my turn, my trainer tells me, hey, that's the person you're going to get matched up against. So I kind of get a feel for him. I observe him very intently, kind of see his movements, check his demeanor, see how confident he looks. And at that moment, I kind of knew what I had to do. So when my trainer called me up to start getting ready, start warming up, I'm trying to, I still feel very tense. I'm trying my best to still feel loose, but I feel like it's not working. Finally, the referee tells us, hey, about number 5, time to step up. I try to keep the tunnel vision, trying not to listen to the oohs and ahs, trying to erase that all out of my head. I step into the ring, still feeling pretty tense. This is no longer a sparring session. I'm no longer practicing. This is the real deal. This is the culmination of all the hard work that I put in. The bout starts, and I finally felt right at home again. The nerves were shaking off. The match proceeded. I got the best of him in the first round. I felt pretty good. The second round comes along. The guy has very good movement. He's catching me with a few shots. I go back to the corner. I don't feel too good. We're heading into the last round. And my trainer's like, hey, you're doing a good job, but you're going to have to step it up this last round. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to suck it up and just do everything I can. That last round finally takes place. It was 3 minutes, but it really felt like 10 minutes. Time expired. Finally, the referee holds both of our hands. I don't know what's about to happen. When he raises my hand, I felt like I was on top of the world. Like Muhammad Ali when he said, I shook the world. It felt great. After that fight, my trainer told me one thing, to never throw these out. These are my hand wraps. It's just gauze and tape. Nothing of like money value to it, but it symbolizes a lot for me. Kind of like with our students. When they finish the program and they earn that degree and they get that paper. It's not the paper itself. It's more so what you had to go through to get that piece of paper, and cherishing those things that you worked so hard for and never forgetting what you had to do to get to it. Thank you for your time.
Let me clap for you. Let me virtually shake your hand, Mo. Great job. A lot of you know I'm all in when it comes to boxing. It is one of my favorite things to do on the side. I was in the ring with you. I like your details. Great job, Mo. Love it. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the in-between conversation, so let's move along. That way we still have time for you guys to do table topics and get some good other speeches going on. Let's go ahead and move into our second speaker today. We have Frances. She's on 2.3. Come on up, Frances.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
Good
Frances.
afternoon.
Right. Yeah, Frances. All right, let me virtually shake your hand.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you could see me, but I'm shaking yours too. All right. So, hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm really excited to be here with all of y'all for this Toastmasters meeting. I am going to be presenting my 2.3 speech on my pathways. What my speech is about, and I'll just get into it. What my speech is about is describing a mentor that I've had. This was a little difficult for me. When it comes down to a mentor is somebody that offers encouragement and guidance and is really behind you 100% to help you reach your own goals. Now, I am supposed to be sharing the impact and importance of having a mentor. And at first, I thought about my mom, right? I think that's everybody's first mentor, either their mom or their dad or a parent. And I wanted to get a little more in touch with the professional me. So, who has been my mentor, or who have I been a protege to talk about? So I was thinking, and one person that was able to really help me accomplish my goals and really help me share experiences that they've been through and also wisdom to help me get to where I want to be would have to be one of my previous managers at UMA. So my previous manager, I think most of y'all know I started in learner services, and I was a part of Team Purple Rain. And my mentor was actually Cheryl McCoy. Cheryl McCoy, from the very first day, I told him in our first one-on-one, I said, do not tell me what I did well. I want to hear where I could get better. And that's where the mentorship started off. From that point on, he made it a point to push me into projects. I'm going to say push because I was not one to raise my hand. So he very much so taught me that I needed to get out there. I needed to do things. I needed to show my worth in order to get the respect I deserved from management, from directors, especially since I wanted to go into management. I had to be extremely adaptable. I had to be able to reach down, deep down, to see what areas I can improve in myself, my confidence level. We all know that I've had a little bit of a struggle with that. So confidence level, being able to show my skills, raise my hand, and really build a brand for myself that could help me in my future positions at UMA. I think that having this mentor has really inspired me to go after more. With a mentor, somebody to really be there and protect your ambitions is very important because it helps you realize, wow, I can do this. I could be a manager. I could be a great trainer. I can be whatever it is that I put myself out there to do. So I was very moved and really grateful for that mentorship, but it's still happening till this day. So when I have a difficult challenge or I need some guidance, especially for my, sorry, excuse me one second. I forgot the word. When it comes to me moving up within the company, I can always go to my mentor and say, hey, I want to do this. What are some suggestions? Who should I talk to? Point me in the right direction. And really, it does increase my chances. It increases my confidence level because I have learned, I have received the feedback from those people in those positions that I aspire to be in one day. So I really think having a mentor is extremely important just for building confidence and for giving you those tips and tricks that you may not have been able to do on your own. Thank you.
Great job, Miss Francis. A little virtual handshake. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. So, mentorships, one of the big pieces in Toastmasters International is mentoring other members. Anyone that is new in Toastmasters, if you're working on your icebreaker speech and you want a little guidance, or you want to know, hey, I'd like to attack it like this, what do you think? Or you just want to do a run through, any of us on leadership are more than happy to step in, give you some coaching, and help you deliver a fantastic icebreaker speech. Also, remember, if you're doing it all on your own, it is your story. So if you put together your speech and you're starting to talk and you forget a line, we don't know you forgot it. Just keep rolling. It's your story. Just tell it. Great job, Francis. Great job. Good to see you up here. Yay!
Woo, woo, woo.
All right, so let us move on while our evaluators are formulating their evaluations. We're going to bring our topic master, Miss TJ, to the forefront, and we'll do a little bit of table topics. Come on down.
Hi, everybody.
Give me a handshake. Thank you. Haven't seen your face in a minute.
Hi, everybody. This is going to be our table topics time for us to kind of choose some individuals to come up and pick a number. Basically, it's 1 minute to be able to talk about a topic, and we will go from there. So, what I like to do, just because I'm so excited that our newbies are here. Yay! I'm going to pick on a newbie, or maybe a few newbies, who knows. So since Tyler volunteered earlier and he asked such a great question about getting ready for his speech, I figured he'd be ready to jump right on in here and yeah, do a table topic with us. How's that sound, Tyler? Are you
You
there?
can do it.
Tyler, you still there? Or are you on mute?
It looks like he got pulled on a call, guys. He might not have had his
Oh,
his thing
Oh,
might
switched
his
have been
over.
in
thing
the
got
meeting.
meeting?
I did the same thing. That's why I'm like, oh, it might be one of those moments, guys. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so let's move on. I'll probably come back to him later. Is Matt here? No,
Come
Matt?
on, Matt. We see the bubble.
Yeah. Did you guys forgot to go in meeting?
No, I'm in
Unmute.
meeting.
Okay,
Uh,
perfect.
no, I was in meeting.
Yay!
Okay,
How are you?
I'm good.
That is good. So, gonna make this pretty simple. I'm going to give a number range. Let's do between 30 to 60. Pick a number between 30 to 60, and then I'll tell you the question.
15,
I said 30 to 60.
30 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 30. I'm sorry. I, my mind is elsewhere. 30 to 60. Okay. Let's do 45.
45. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, so question number 45 is, what do you want most?
I have a minute to answer this question.
Well, minute to 2 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I would say that I want most is I want to control my own destiny. I think that's what's most important to me. I want to be able to envision my future and pave the way to accomplishing it in all fashions, whether it's with family and children, career-wise, economically, spiritually. I think that's what a lot of us want. We don't want to just be slaves to life. We just don't want to be in a position where we have to go with the tide. When you look at your ambitions, your desires, what you want, it never comes down to simply what falls in your lap. I just don't think as human beings we're built that way. We want that empowerment. We want to have some type of control over our end results. That's why we keep pushing. That's why we keep striving. That's why at the end of the day, no matter how many times we get knocked down, we pick ourselves back up because we feel like we can heal and we can move on. If we're just going by, if we're just being carried by wherever the tide carries us, we wouldn't have that push. So I would say that's the answer to my question.
All right, good job. Yay! Great job. And I definitely totally agree with that. I love to be able to be in control of my own destiny. So, being able to have those options and availability to do whatever it is that you want to do out of life and to get out of life is definitely important. So I totally agree. Thank you for participating today. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
All right. So who else? Patricia, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right. Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right. So we're going to do it again, 30 to 60, but you can't pick number 45.
I'll pick number 30. I'd love to be 30 again, so why not?
Me too. I want to do that over. All right. So number 30. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. This is a good one too. If you had the opportunity to get a message across to a large group of people, what would your message be?
Wow. If I had to deliver one message to a large group of people, I would say stop fighting and love each other, because at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. There's more to what we see than you realize.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Miss Patricia. Appreciate you for participating in this activity today. And I think we have a spot for one more. We still good on time, Jonathan?
Yeah, go ahead.
We are.
Yes, we are.
All right, perfect. So, Lashanika, are you still there? I think we might have lost her. She was here earlier.
I think we might have to make sure everyone knows that that feedback part of Toastmasters means you do kind of have to stay in that full hour and make sure that you're on meeting. So just be aware, guys, that the part of the virtual world changes our accountability and our visibility as well. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. All right. Let's do. I haven't heard from Charlene in a while. Charlene, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. All right. So we are going to do your table topic as well. Pick a number 30 through 60, not number 30 and not number 45.
50.
All right. Let's see. Number 50 is, ooh. Can you describe your life in a 6-word sentence?
Can I describe my life in a 6-word sentence? Yeah. Powerful, passionate, confusing at times, but at the end, beautiful. That was more than 6 words. But yeah, that's how I would describe my life.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. And that would conclude my table topics for today. I definitely do thank everyone who participated today, and I will take the floor back over to our Toastmasters, Miss Diane.
Hey, virtual handshake. Thank you kindly. Great job, all of our new speakers, for coming forward in our virtual world and providing your great answers to those topics. Those were some pretty good questions you had there, Miss TJ. Love it.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah. So it looks like so far nobody has attempted to use this crazy word, Idonius. but we'll see what happens. We still have a couple evaluators to go. Let's go ahead and bring up Miss Dorothy Lynn to evaluate Mo's speech, a Saturday morning in January. Come on up, Miss Dorothy Lynn.
Hello, hello. Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake.
Hello, Toastmasters. I'm very excited to see some new faces today. I hate that we lost some along the way, but it's a trial and error. We're learning here. I loved hearing from Matt today. It's so awesome to see you be a part of this, and I definitely loved Patricia, your participation today. So I really want to use the word Idonius, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember what it means. So we're gonna move on to Mo's evaluation. And I wanted to touch base on his title. I loved that he kind of just dove right in. Mo, you did a great job digging in with, instead of just telling us about your title was a Saturday morning. But instead of just saying, hey, this is what happened on that Saturday morning, and then you told us your story, you really like drug us in with this is how it started. And you took us on that journey. And that was really nice for us to kind of feel like we were there each step of the way. We were feeling your emotions and we were seeing the experience through your eyes. And that is something that I think you've always had a very strong strength in, to be honest. So I definitely loved that. I love that you had that beautiful eye contact with the camera. It's a little different. We're working from home, but you definitely made sure you maintain that contact. So that was phenomenal. You had a very wonderful pace, your great storyline. These are the strengths that I really like, kind of general. I would say, I think depending on your storyline, the energy level one might bring could vary. But I would love to see a little more energy in that. Like if I want to feel that emotion, I want to feel that fear or that nervousness, like show it. Let it breathe through the screen, because I definitely was looking for a little more of that. You have a great concept there, and you can really, and you did draw us in, so you could really pull that in some. I definitely want to challenge you as well on that voice inflection. When you get into that, like, whoa, this is really exciting, and you really brought that toward the very end, and you're raising your voice, and I felt that energy, and then you soften it a little bit when you need to talk about those quiet points. So definitely I challenge you to utilize that a little more, smile a little more when you can. I know it was an emotional piece, but maybe trying to pull that energy out and a smile here and there. Other than that, I would say I loved the prop. I had written down props, but then you brought it at the last minute, which is difficult with this work from home. So very good job there. And aside from that, just moving around a little bit. I know some speakers we're still toying with the sitting down with a headset versus standing up and moving around. That's something I think we're all challenging ourselves on. But overall, I was very, very happy with your speech, and I was happy to get to evaluate it. So great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was muted. Sorry, Dorothy.
Yeah, you're fine.
Handshake. I was like, wait a minute, where is it? Great job. Good takeaways that you gave to Mo with adding some changes in his energy. I really liked the whole scene of that boxing ring and going through the rounds. So remember, Mo, maybe pick up some of the tempo as you're in that ring and that first round and how it's going, or that second round when you were taking those blows. May have a little bit of that movement going on in there, or that energy change would be phenomenal. Great evaluation, Miss Dorothy Lynn. All right, we will move forward for Jesus Martinez. He is evaluating Francis. Come on down, President.
Can everyone hear me okay, Diane?
Yes, sir. Handshake. Thank you.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, new members. I am really excited to have all of you here. I wanted to really talk about Francis's amazing speech. So everyone please give her a virtual clap right now, because she is such an amazing speaker, one of my favorite speakers. She actually completed speech 2.3 today, which has two different objectives. The first objective was to define how Toastmasters sees mentoring. And the second objective was to describe a protege experience where she experienced someone mentoring her. One of the things that I love about Francis's speeches, which is why I'm always bothering her to give more speeches, is how genuine she is in her speeches. She talked about her story with Shara, and how he was a new manager for her at Purple Rain. And one of the things I loved in her first one-on-one with him, she said, tell me everything that I need to improve on. Tell me everything that I'm doing wrong. So this really shows me a lot about her courage. So I love that quote. Another thing that I love about her was her vulnerability in this speech. One of the quotes that really stood out to me in this speech was, I have confidence issues. Wow. It takes a lot of courage to admit that, especially in front of an audience. Another thing that I loved about Frances's speech was her ambition. She said, I want to be a manager. So I love these quotes. She had great clarity. She used very few filler words. She had great eye contact. And she talked about Purple Rain, Shiraz. So it was very easy for me to relate to her. So I love how she was able to make her story custom for her audience. It's very important when you are speaking that you speak for your audience. Use words and things that they can relate to. Areas of opportunity, I would definitely challenge her to use more vocal variety. Don't be afraid to scream in a speech. Oh my God. Don't be afraid to be silent. See what I did there? Don't be afraid to be silent and draw the crowd in. Silence is golden. And another area of opportunity that I would challenge her on is don't be afraid to use quotes. Don't be afraid to use quotes. Like when Mo said, I shocked the world. Or when Muhammad Ali says, I move like a butterfly and I sting like a bee. This is the way you create signature moments in your speech and you make your speech memorable. The other thing that I would definitely recommend is to a little bit more, facial experience, facial gestures. Make sure that your body language mimics your words. Make sure that it enhances what you're saying. And I wanted to remember, Adonis is the word today. Sometimes being appropriate is not necessary. So keep that in mind. Sometimes think outside the box. And I wanted to thank everyone. I wanted to give another big applause to Frances. Her speech was wonderful. Keep up the great job, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Virtual handshake. Thank you. Thank you. So it looks like we are down to our general evaluator. Jonathan, have you got yourself prepared to give your evaluation of today's meeting?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. All right.
Beautiful. All right, take the floor. Let me shake your hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So thank you so much for being our Toastmasters for today. Thank you for all the participants. I really appreciate everybody's effort. I thank you for your patience between myself, and I can speak for the entire leadership team. Thank you so much for showing up. We really, really appreciate your time and effort being here. I did want to give you a heads up for anybody that's a member here. I did pay attention to who was leaving, who was not in participation. So if you left early, I am not and you haven't told a member or anybody in leadership, you were never here. Please let us know when you are leaving. Please keep in contact with me, especially. I'm the one that does attendance. And if you're just not showing up to a meeting, I simply just can't do attendance. So I did want to give you a heads up on that. Overall, we started the meeting on time. I believe that we took a little bit of time to make sure that people understood some teams. Some areas of opportunities that, and I'm going to speak for myself, is we need to, we're still working with teams. We're still trying to come up with a platform that's a little bit better. Overall, I thought the speeches with our short time, because we spent a lot of time, going over just the process of how to conduct a meeting properly. But I thought that the speakers were excellent. I thought that we had a wonderful. I appreciate Matt and Patricia coming up for the first time doing your table topics. So great job to you two over there. And just finishing up the meeting, and we have 5 minutes left. So great job, everybody. I thought it was a great meeting. We got everybody in, and hopefully for the next meeting, things will go a lot more smoother. We'll have everything that we need, and we will be able to have a little bit more speakers, a little bit more table topics, and also evaluators. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny O. Handshake. Latina. Awesome. So before we end our meeting, because we do still have this 5-minute time, generally we would go through the counter and the timer and go through those items as well, but I don't want us to feel rushed. Since we do have some of our new members in today, if you have any questions about the icebreaker speech, I honestly would really like to see Matt, and I would like to see, oh my goodness, Patricia step up for the next meeting. Hopefully, you guys have gotten an icebreaker out of the way. You have that feel down. Put your icebreaker together and let's have you speak. Let's get you guys out there. Kind of a push from the pusher of the club. Get out there. If you need any help, we're here to help. And if you have questions, please ask now.